I am Danielle and this is my channel Love and Stitchin', a channel about cross stitch. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, and this is Flosstube number 57. Thank you so much for stopping by today and visiting with me. It's been 2 weeks since my last video, so I'm excited to share some updates. I've tried to start this video about 3 times now, but I've gotten work messages, phone calls, all the things. So let's see if we can actually get through it this time. So for today, I have, 7 finishes. So they're all pillow finishes, or FFOs, I should say, so fully finished objects. And they are all pillow finishes that I completed last week on my finishing day. So that's still working out to do a finishing day every other Wednesday. I'm excited for that. To be getting some things that I've had in my piles finished, and I still have plenty more to do. So that's going to continue on. And as I finish more pieces, there'll be more. So hopefully I can keep on that and keep going, but it's been really good so far. I have one finish because this has been a start all the things February. So it's only been 2 weeks, right? But I have started 6 new projects. So I'm going to take you along on that journey with all my starts that now I have to add to my whips and try to finish. But that's okay. I'm excited about all of them. I am planning on maybe finishing one by the end of the month, but then really working on some of these in March. So I felt okay starting them in February, knowing that going into March, I was going to be continuing to work on them. And then I've got one that is a long-term project that will probably be through July that I'll be working on it. So I knew that that one was going to take some time as well. And then I had a couple just impromptu starts that I was like, you know what, I feel like starting this. So we're going to do it. So there we go. And one of them is actually already kitted, and that really helped me just go ahead and get started. When I have things kitted, the fabric, the floss, everything's already there. It kind of makes it easier because that's the part of the process that I don't think I enjoy as much, is like kitting things. Either I'm going to be using the called for and I have to find it, or I have to buy it, or I'm going to be going through my stash to do a stash conversion, having to pick out the right fabric that'll work. I don't always enjoy that part of it. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I just want it all there ready to go. So when I actually get the motivation to kit something up and have it ready, that's super helpful to me. Or when I buy it kitted already, that's even better. But let's go ahead and jump in on all of this stitching finishing that I've got. So for my sewing, I am going to start with the big one because it's got 2 there, and it's all just kind of here. So bear with me as I get this ready. The first one that I'm going to show is my American house finish. So I did already show the house with the American house main piece finish, but I did go ahead and finish the pillows. So this is what it looks like all together. And I'll pull those pillows out to share them with you individually as well. So the first one is Home of the Brave. So this is my little finish on him. I think I didn't bring my cover photo, but I do think that she finished them fairly similarly, different fabric, but fairly similarly as pillows. And so this is just a blue fabric that I had in my stash, and on the back I did the same blue fabric. I tied this twine around it, and then I have felt cutouts that I die cut and just did 2 of them there. And then I always put this little tag on it that says made with love, and I don't have the year. I realized I don't have 2026 charms, so I need to go order those from Amazon. And then my label, which I have 1 label left, which is good because I have a pillow that I need to finish by the end of the week. And then I need to order more. And I told my son I would order some for him as well. So I'll put that order in on Etsy soon. So that is my first pillow. The next one is similar. This is Let Freedom Ring. And I did do rickrack, and I just glued it with Eileen's tacky glue. I don't think it was the all-purpose, but Eileen's fabric glue. I just put it around there, and then on the back I did the same thing with the stars, but I did the little different colors and different shapes, and then my name and the same thing. So I think they're so cute. This one's a little bit shaped wonky, and I guess my sewing, but that's okay. I still love them. And this is the first time I think I've done rickrack on pillows, and I really love how that turned out. So I'm excited to do that some more. In some areas it's not as tacked down as well with the glue. I may need to fix that, but overall pretty good. All right, so the next 3 are by Crafty Blue Bonnet. These are Liberty, America, and 1776. So the first one is Liberty here, and they are all stitched on the same fabric. I don't remember, but it's a 36 count, probably a color in cotton 36. And then I did use my own colors from Stash, but I used the colors that were in the America piece, and that's not what it's called, I can never remember, that I did for Plum Street Samplers. So I use the same colors because I'm probably going to try to display these somehow with my piece. I don't know how because it's hanging on the wall, but I do want to put them together. So just some blue fabric that I had in my stash, same on the back, and the same finish on the back there. So I love that one. And then I've got 1776, so I did the same thing here, but then I used some rickrack for putting it around it, and then the back there, same. I really liked the double star. I thought it was looking pretty good. And then I think this one's my favorite just because I love this flower fabric that I found in my stash, and she did the same thing with some, but hers had some red in it, I think. But I just went ahead and used what I had in my fabric stash and finished this guy. And on the back of this one, I did a die cut that I had of a flower. So these guys are now done. Turn that one around. And I am gonna go ahead and put up a Americana display, a second one, since it's the 250th birthday, if you've not heard, which I think everyone's heard at this point. But I want to go ahead and put up another display. Believe it or not, I have not taken down my nativity display, and where that is, it's on a shelf that's in our entryway. And so I need to take that down hopefully today and put up some new stuff because I'm trying to do some new decor. I'm also very tempted to take down winter in February and go ahead and put up spring because I am just over winter. I'm ready for cold or for warm and the cold to be gone. But I usually keep February up through my birthday. So I think I'm going to do all of that change next week after my birthday. And then we'll move on to spring next week, I think. All right, so my next finish, let's finish the Patriotic actually, and then we'll go into the Valentine's ones. So I've only got one more Patriotic. This was Summer Seasons of the Heart by With Thy Needle and Thread. I stitched this on a 40 count, cannot remember the fabric. It's a primary fabric that is used. And I don't think I changed colors. I used like colors from Stash, but I don't think I did anything differently in this. And this is my very first time stitching on 40 count, so I'm very pleased with how that turned out, finally. I did save the rest of the fat quarter that I had of it, or maybe it was a fat eighth, because it wasn't a whole lot, in case I ever want to stitch on 40 count again. We'll see. There's the back, so the double star, and I love this blue fabric. And then the rickrack is actually from Fiber on a Whim, and it's the same rickrack that I used for my drum finish that I did the Heart and Hand Patriotic Tiny Town that I used for that. So I had some leftovers, and this one honestly is probably my favorite finish of all of them. I just love how it turned out. And I'm thrilled to have this one done. I do need to do the rest of them. They're on my to-do list. Add it to my list. All right, so I showed this as a finish last time. This is the January Typography from Pine Mountain Designs. And I love how this one finished. I love the back of it. However, when I was finishing, I was also watching the Olympics while I was doing all my finishing, and I clearly was not paying attention as I ironed on my name and as I put on the cover for the back of it. So instead of it flipping this way and it looking proper, it gets to flip this way. It is what it is. It's got a fun little story to it, I guess. But I absolutely love this fabric. I think it matches perfectly with the colors that are in it and just fabric that I had in Stash. And I used a die cut that I have from Nicole Spore's, one of her snowman pieces, felt pieces. And then, so that's the backing for the little hat, because there's a hat in the piece, and then my name, and then, you know, the thing. And then I did just white trim around it. So the hat is, there's a hat right here. So I did the brown to kind of match the hat that is on here. But I love how this one turned out. So cute. I just wish I would have done it the right way in the back, but no one looks at the back, so it doesn't really matter, right? It'll be fine. All right, so for my Valentine's finishes that I showed last time, this is Be Mine. And so I just put some fabric on both sides to make it a little bit longer, and the same fabric on the back and a pink heart and my name. So I'm happy with that one too. Trying to do some different kind of finishes, be a little bit more creative and expand my skill sets a little bit. And this is Love Quilt Star. Honestly, it's a freebie, but I can't remember who it's by. But I stitched it several years ago. Just found some fabric in stash and finished it the same way on the back. So really happy with that. And then I tried to sew the rickrack in. It did not go as planned. I'm still learning all of these things. So it's just kind of tacked in there. It's not attached here, and I'm okay with that. And then my final one is Love You More. And this one is another freebie. I think this one's by Hands On Design. I don't know who this one might be Hands On Design. I don't think so, but maybe. I can't remember. It's stitched on a pink fabric and just made it into a cute little pillow. And the back is the same. So I am really excited with my pillow finishes. And then, if everyone saw the beach release from Primrose Cottage, yes, I do have some of those on the way to me. I'm hoping they'll be here tomorrow or Friday. They're in Nashville right now. I've been tracking them. But I have a beach bag that I had a Christmas project in because I just put that in there. So I needed to clear up that bag so that it's ready for its new project. So what I did is I went downstairs and got some fabric and sewed another project bag that is a top zipper. So I'm really excited about this. I can't remember where I got this fabric from. I think I may have gotten it from a bundle with Joann's maybe when they were still open. I do have a smaller bag that's gonna be a lot smaller because it was a fat quarter, but I had enough, I figured, to go ahead and make 2 bags even if one was smaller. I just ran out of time to sew it. So I've got to put it together, but everything's ready to go. And then this is the backing fabric that I did with it. And then inside, just some red, because I had like a yard of this. So I'm using this up to get that done. I did a whip in there that I will share here in just a minute. Okay, so my one finish. And as I was looking at it this morning, I realized I finished it, but I did not do her eyes. So I still need to put her eyes in, but I'm okay with that being the last thing that I need to do. Where is my cover photo? Here it is. This is the Christmas Story. It's from the Laser Arts magazines, July and August 2002. That was 20 years ago. Over that. And September 2002. I'm so used to saying 20. By Little House Needleworks. So this is I finished the manger and now I've got Mary. In March, I will do Joseph. So I'm on track. I thought I might start another sheep, but I didn't have time. And this is on 25 count light taupe. So there's my little finish of her. So cute, so fast. Just doing that fill in. And I'm using the called for DMC for her. So I just need to do her eyes and then she'll be ready to go. And then I will get working on Joseph soon. So that is that one. And next up, we'll go ahead and do the one that's in this bag. It was a new start because I finished the last one in the series that I was working on. And where is my cover photo? Yes, this one. All right, so Christmas cake stands. And I think the next one actually just shipped to distributors. So I'm still behind, but I at least have this one started. I've got the other one still to do, and then the next one's coming, but you know, eventually we'll get them done. And here is my start, which I completely forgot that I'd gotten this much done, so I'm excited for that. This is on 28 count wheat, I believe. So that is my start. So I'm working on that roof, and these ones usually go pretty quickly, so I just need to set some time aside and do it, but I've been a little distracted by all of the other things. And if you've seen Market, which of course you've seen Market, everything is wonderful this year. I feel like my list is ridiculous on what I want to do, which is fine, but I'm narrowing it down. I'm gonna have like a immediate, I want to get these now versus a down the road, I can get them later. Because I'm not gonna start, I've got all these projects, I'm not gonna start all of them right now, right? No. All right, so my next one is This I Know by Plum Street Samplers. I'm stitching this with Anna Makes Things. There's a Sal, the Jesus Loves Me Sal, on Instagram. And also Red Poppy Crafts Lisa is my friend that I am also stitching this with. The fabric I'm stitching it on is 28 count Nantucket with the called for colors, and I did coffee dye my colors for this one. So here is, let's see, there we go. my progress here. So I think I got another leaf filled in, and I started working on the fill-in of the church. So not a lot there, but I think the most time-consuming part is going to be the fill-in. So I want to go down and start working. Well, first I want to finish all the leaves that go over here and get them ready to fill in. And then I want to go do all of the sheep and get them ready to fill in. And then there's just like this flower, star, sun, the words. Is it a peacock? A peacock. So I'm gonna keep working on that one in March and probably the rest of the month too. I'm excited for that one. Okay, so here was my impromptu start. Because I had fully finished my winter ABCs, I got excited, and I already had this kitted up, so I decided to pull out my spring ABCs. So I now have winter completed. Fall is started, and I think I've got the whole alphabet done on fall and some of the motifs. And then now I've got spring started. So summer's the only one that I have not started. And I already had it all kitted up, so it was just easy to go ahead and start. And the fabric, oh my goodness, it does not have a name on it. Oh, there it is. It is 28 count Relic Lugana. Just fabric from Stash. I'm sorry if you can hear my son's watch alarm going off. He did not wear his watch and it's going off. So where am I? I am here. So I've got the F started for flower. I think I have that entire section done. No, I've got some white flowers still to do up there. So there's some white flowers to do on the tree, but most of the, and then there's like 2 hearts by the tree to do. And then there's a fence down here and the word flower, and then we continue on down. So I'm just kind of working my way down. This was like one night of work, I think, that I did on it. So it started really quickly. And they do go pretty quickly once you get going on them. All right, the next one I probably should do. This was my new start for the Super Bowl. So Tara Sullivan, who is Silly Stitches, did a stitch along for, that was hashtag 250th kickoff, to start something like a patriotic small during the Super Bowl. And in Danielle fashion, I have a stitch. So let's get that out of the way. I tried to fix most of them before the video, but I forgot this one. So with my friends Lisa, like I said, Red Poppy Crafts, and Cow Stitcher, who is Kristen on Flosstube and on Instagram. This is Americana sampling. So we decided months ago to do this one for the 250th birthday. So we're gonna change obviously numbers for 1776, 2026. So perfect. Lisa has already finished hers, so check hers out on Instagram. And this is my start. Apologies for the wrinkles. Put it behind this bag. And this color and this color are actually different, but the floss is really close. So it's really hard to tell that it's a different color, but I'm okay with it. This is technically a little bit lighter, but that's okay. So I'm just working my way through the alphabet. I want to get the alphabet done and the word Liberty and then finish on it. So I want to do like this half and then go down to that half and along the way do the border. So I still have plenty of border to do. There's leaves, there's stars, there's some flowers, but I do think it'll stitch up pretty quickly. This has been my morning stitch and my gymnastic stitch. So I'll just continue on with that as much as possible and see if we can't get it done by the end of the month. That would be awesome. Another impromptu start is I have a baby shower on Saturday, and so last Saturday as we're driving, I started this one just for the fun of it. I don't know. But I'm only doing the feet and the heart in the middle, and then I'm gonna make it into a little pillow. It is for a little girl. They have not given us her name, but I didn't want to do the whole sampler. But this is how far I've gotten. I did run out of floss, so it is Crepe Myrtle by Weeks Dye Works that I am using for the floss, and I've ordered some from 123 Stitch. I am super concerned about it getting here on time because while it shipped on Saturday, I've not been able to track it since. So I'm hoping it just shows up. It didn't come today, but I'm hoping it just shows up like Thursday or Friday, so I can finish filling all of this in real fast and sew it into a pillow like Friday night or Saturday morning. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't. I may have to see if I've got another floss color that is close but this one's pretty variegated, which I'm kind of okay with. It's different. So anyway, that was an impromptu start that I had. And then I've got 2 more. My planned start was The Earth Laughs, right? Yep. By With Thy Needle and Thread. So I'm stitching this one with Lisa Red Poppy Crafts, and this will be my second in the series, and it is slow going. We just started this on Sunday. I've only had maybe 2 nights to work on it, and it's not been significant nights. It's been nights that I've had meetings, so I've maybe had like 30 minutes to an hour to work on it. And of course, another thread. I was working on it last night for a few minutes while we watched some Olympics. I did outline my color changes in the last video, and this is on a, let's see, vintage straw bonnet, 36 count by Dixie Sampler hand-dyed fabrics, which I got at a store many moons ago. It's been a long time since I got this fabric. All right, but I stitched a bunch Monday, I think, and then so I stitched all of this green border. It's 2 different colors of green. These kind of boxy type parts are a lighter green. The lighting's a little funny here today. It's very cloudy. So it is 2 colors of green, and it shows up better without the bad lighting. And then this is 2 colors of purple, which again shows up better than this video. That kind of shows it a little bit better. But then I realized I had made a mistake down in here from where I first started. So I'd already stitched all of this and started on the purple, and so I decided I was going to take all of that out and come back and put it back in. But I did want to go ahead and get my little blue bird in, so I got him started, and I got the purple done last night. There's a couple more motifs in here to do, and then I've started on this motif here. So very slow going for me, but I'm enjoying it, and I really want it done. So I'm definitely going to keep working on it and keep working on it in March. So my spring stuff stays up through April. So if I can get it done, get it framed, I can put it up in April, and that'll be fine. So for my big one, this is my big start that I told you guys I was going to start, and I got lots of great suggestions on my video. So I appreciate those suggestions. This is One Nation. Whoops, it went away. By Bygone Stitches. I've seen so many people stitching it, finishing it. It's beautiful, it's big. So that is the piece. And this one went fast. Like once I got a rhythm with the blue going, it's been going really, really well. I'm gonna try to get that all in here. Woo, it's big. It's gonna take it this whole thing. We still gotta come all the way down here and all the way across. But I am a right starter. So I started with this first line to get it all the way across. That is 251 stitches all the way across, and this is 149 stitches all the way across. So that blue is 149 stitches by 100 maybe or something, I'm not sure. But my goal for this one was to get all of the blue done. And I still have to come in and finish a little bit down here, but otherwise all the blue is done except for each star has a little bit of blue in the center, which I won't do until I finish all of the stars. So my next goal is to start filling in the stars, which was the suggestion. Do not leave those for the last part. So I'm gonna start working on all of them and then just doing lines as I can. Because that goes pretty quickly because you're just going straight across. But there is like red and white lines, a double line. So that is 500 stitches in itself, just one line. And then you do have to bring the border down over here. This is so big. But I'm excited. My goal is to have the lines, the stars done by May 15th. So I've got a little less than 2 months. And then with that, I want to stitch one state name a day until July 4th, and then finish my last name on July 4th to celebrate America's birthday. So that is my plan with that one. So I'm loving this one. It has been a lot of fun to stitch. Okay, so my little bit of haul, but I've got more coming, like I said. I did get my Plum Straight Samplers piece, America 250 from the attic, along with most of the floss. There were 2 floss colors missing, so I do have to, those are in my 1 to 3 stitch order. And I do have my fabric picked out I just need to put this in a project bag. I'm probably going to start it soon. My friend Kristen Cowstitcher started hers, which is, you know, enabling me to want to start it, but I've got all these other things going on, right? So maybe this will be a March start. Let me get through the rest of February. And then I did pick up Stars and Stripes. So this is a combination from Plum Street Samplers and Shakespeare's Peddler. So I picked this up from the Stash unloading site for a really great price for all 3 patterns. So I was really excited because it's been on my wish list since it came out. These are also very large, so they will probably not be this year, but I'm glad to have it in my stash ready to go when I'm ready to start it. Believe it or not, that's all of it. So that went pretty well, and it's, yeah, lots to work on now. That's kind of my plan, is to continue to work on all the things that I have started. And I've got a couple other things that I'm like eyeballing, because now that I have the entire American house done, I do want to start the Bygone that goes with it. And I did not record my colors that I had charted, and I could not find record of them anywhere. So I had to go downstairs and match some colors up, and I think I got them at least pretty comparable to what I probably stitched. I still had the fabric in the bag. I don't know why I took the floss out. That one just, I don't know what I was thinking, but I did. So I have that ready to go in case I want to start it, which I'd really like to, because I want it to go with this piece, but we'll see. I don't think I have any other new starts planned right now specifically. This was like the month of, I had a couple, 3 planned, and then I went a little crazy with some more that I decided to start, but that's okay. As far as life update, Valentine's Day was last week. The kids had Valentine's parties. We went on our date to the Mexican restaurant. They had changed their menu, which was a little disappointing, but it was still very good, and the kids had a great time playing with other kids at the church. And then, let's see, Friday night we had a Valentine's party for my 6-year-old. She was invited to a friend's party, so there were a couple friends and other adults there. So I brought both of my girls with me. They had a great time playing the games, playing with the other girls, eating some snacks. They had like a dress up booth that they could do, and then some games for the adults that were fun. So it was just a really great time. And then my husband took my son over to like Dave & Buster's, and they went and played arcade games. And my son picked out a couple little treats for his baby sister for her birthday celebration, which we did with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. The weather cooperated. We were able to go to Helen over the weekend and celebrate with them, so that was a lot of fun. It was a Minnie Mouse decked out party, and she was just excited. She's gonna be very confused next year when she doesn't have like these 3 or 4 birthday parties that she had this year. She had one with my family, one with my husband's family. She got cupcakes at school, and then we did like a family one when we got snowed in. So she got well celebrated, which was great. Let's see, coming up, we've got the gymnastics competition at the end of the month, so she is working on that. She has been promised an ice cream dessert if she places first in one of her divisions, and then first overall is like a bigger ice cream thing. So she's working hard on that. She placed 2nd and 3rd last time, I think. So she definitely has it in her. I think just a little bit more motivation to refine some of her techniques. And yeah, so we're excited to see how she does. Soccer will be starting back. Track, we just found out last night that my husband is going to be coaching track for my son's school. They've got a few kids. They're a new school. This is the first year that we've had sports. Our PE coach ended up had another job and had to go on and kind of focus in on that. And so we don't have a PE coach officially right now. And so they asked for a parent volunteer, and my husband did not want the kids to be disappointed and not be able to participate. He's not coached track before, but he's coached soccer, and he's very athletic. So I think it'll be great. He's just, it's gonna be a learning curve. But the track season's short. There's only 4 meets between mid-March and mid-April. And he's worked out the details with work to be able to like work in the car while I'm driving to school for the practices and driving home, and then taking his lunch break to do the practices and everything like that. So it'll work out. The kids are so excited. My phone has been blowing up because the principal's reaching out to the parents to see who still wants to participate now that it's officially going to happen. because we weren't sure, and the parents are excited, the kids are excited. So it's just really sweet. So that will just add another level of busy to our schedule though for about a month and a half, but that's okay. It'll be fun. It'll be great. And oh, we had a deer hit our car. It was 2 weeks ago. So right after my video last time, I got a phone call from my husband who had taken the vehicle that I normally drive. He had taken that to work and to take the kids to school, because Wednesday's the day that he goes into the office and takes the kids, because they're 5 minutes from his office. So they were driving home. They were in the middle of like a very residential area. There's the radio station, there's a school, there's an intersection to get onto the highway. And out of nowhere, he was slowing down, so he was going maybe 20 miles an hour. He did see it come out, but he was like, is it really gonna jump at me? It was a buck. It jumped out at him, hit the front of the car, bounced off, and went to the side of the road. He saw the deer get up and move and kind of run off. So he was like, it was a hit and run, but the deer's the one that ran. So he called me. He was calm, better him than me. I probably would not have been calm. And the kids were calm because he was calm, so that was good. And they got home. I looked at the car, and I mean, the hood needs to be replaced, the light, the bumper. So we're working with insurance on all of that, which is good. We're taking it in, I think, on Monday to get it actually fixed, because it's still drivable, thankfully. It was just mostly like cosmetic stuff, but there's still a decent amount that's got to be fixed. So that was exciting, and not the great ways, but there you go. We'll be down to probably one car for a couple weeks, and so I'll be driving the monster truck to school and all those things, which I've driven it before. It's just big, which is fine. The kids love the truck, so it'll be great. And so that was exciting, and I think that's about everything. It's been a busy couple of weeks and about to be busier with spring, but we love spring and being outside. We got to go to the park last night. That was great. And just get some warm weather. So bring on the spring. I'm gonna will it here with my decorations here next week. But thank you so much for joining me and sharing in what I've been working on. And I am hopeful to be back again in 2 weeks. So I will see you guys soon. Bye.